Today I had my plans canceled. We had something we were going to do today, but the weather wasn't really permitting because it's kind of windy outside and we needed to be up here somewhere high. So I thought today, instead of doing that, how about we go around and get our chores done at kind of a leisurely pace this morning, and I'll introduce you to all the animals. This is Pee-wee. She's a 7-year-old pit bull mix. She actually came with us from the city, but she's lived here longer than we were ever in the city with her, so she's used to life as a free-roaming farm dog. She's real sweet, but we actually try to keep her close to home because she's got poor eyesight and she's kind of nervous around strangers, so she's a bit more of an in-the-house dog than around the ranch kind of dog. And this here is Fiona. She's also 7 years old, and she's some kind of a Chihuahua Greyhound mix that we rescued from the shelter back when we lived in town. She is a miracle dog. We have had a number of tragedies with dogs around the ranch involving wild animals and some other hard situations, and she's been attacked several times by raccoons or badgers or skunks, and she's come through it all, not unscathed, but somehow she just has a penchant for making it through a sticky situation. So she's a perfect lap dog. She tends to stay inside when we're all romping around outside. And this here is Cedar. He's a 4-month-old Australian Shepherd Border Collie mix. We got him because as we get more cows and more livestock, it'd be nice to have a little bit of help moving things around, especially when I'm by myself. So we'll be training him as a livestock dog. But already he's extremely smart. He listens to commands without much training at all, and he actually goes to work with me every single day when we're out building fences. But I look forward to him learning how to drive cattle so that I can have a hand when I'm trying to sort things on my own. Well, I went out to check on the chickens this morning, and the wind had decided to let them all out the front door, so we'll put them back real quick. As you can see, we've only got about a half a dozen right now, plus one rooster who takes care of them. We do plan to get more. It's the time of year where they have chicks at the farm stores, so we'll be getting some more here soon. We don't normally have them cooped up, but the weather's been so cold and so snowy that they've kind of been locked inside, so their coop's a real mess, but we're planning on redoing the whole thing. The more we learn about sustainable agriculture, the better ideas we come up with on how to keep our animals healthy and happy. So in a future video, we'll be working on getting their coop put back together and putting some deep bedding in here and some other little things that'll kind of help make their space nicer. Our 4-year-old does take the eggs, and he's the one who sells them, and as the money goes into his allowance, as long as he's taking care of the chickens, which sometimes is a little hard to do when you're 4 years old. We just got these goats this week. We went and picked them up from Cheyenne, Wyoming, from a nice fella up there. And we've always wanted goats, but we've never quite been motivated enough to learn about them and get them something set up. But our kids are drinking a lot of milk these days, and we really want to do goat milk products right here on the ranch. So I just decided, you know what, now's as good a time as any to go get some goats. So we went and picked these 2 little ones up. We've actually got one more on the way. They are La Manchas. They're good milk goats. They don't have any ears. We are going to have to dehorn them. You don't want them getting in and getting rowdy with each other. I haven't fed them yet this morning, so we're going to go out and get some of the grain that I picked up from the farm supply store the other day, and I'm going to steal this bin from the chicken coop. It's full of empty feed bags. I just haven't gotten around to taking it out and throwing it in the burn barrel yet, so I'm going to go ahead and get this bin cleaned out so that we can fill it full of feed. It'll hold almost 100 pounds worth of grain, and that'll last these little goats quite a long time. So there's nothing special that we're going to do here. We got some goat grower feed and a little bit of sweet feed that comes right from the farm store, and just go ahead and mix these 2 up in this bin here, and then we can give them a little bit each day to supplement their feed along with the hay that we give them. It'll help them grow nice and strong. Since we are going to milk these goats, I want them to get used to wearing a collar around their neck so we can put them in the stanchion and tie them up. Plus, I think it makes them look real cute. We've kept pigs for the last 3 years now, and we're going to try to make our own breed, so to speak. This is Wilbur. He's a mini boar, and we're going to try to cross him with the sows here in this pen. This is Mama, the big black Berkshire. Sweet Pea's there in the middle, and then Old Glory has that Vietnamese potbelly in the back. And Sweet Pea had a litter about 6 months ago, but we didn't have a proper farrowing hut set up, and those piglets didn't make it. So we're going to try to do a better job of making sure we catch when they give birth so that we can get some feeder pigs in here and have some pork. We like to mix their feed with a little bit of weedy hay so that they get a variety in their diet. Pigs are omnivores, and we found that letting them graze on different kind of grains and different kind of grasses helps keep them healthy, and they seem pretty happy with the variety in their feed. So we are working on building a new little barn for them so they can be inside. We've had them out in the elements for a while, and we tore down the old calf shed. That's where we put their pen, and that thing was falling down. So we're putting up this new building with some recycled material that we got from a old shed in Cheyenne, and we'll get them inside one of these days. Now we get to the main event, the cow herd. We spend a lot of time around these cattle, and we put a lot of work into them. They're some of our most treasured possessions, so we are not afraid to name them. Some people are weirded out by the fact that we name our cows, but it's really not that weird. You put a number on them anyway, so you can tell them apart, so you might as well go ahead and assign a cute name to them. It helps you connect with them, and honestly, it kind of helps us know that we're not just taking care of a big animal, we're taking care of an investment and something that we care deeply about, so we try to give them the best life possible while they're here on the ranch. Sometimes we separate them off into our corral pens so that we can keep them close to the house for one reason or another. Abigail and Lily here are going to be our dairy cows that we're going to milk, but Bambi and her little calf Thumper here, she was the first to give birth this year, and her first calf, we wanted to keep her close to the house so we could keep an eye on her. We'll be letting her go back out soon. It's quite a bit of work to keep them in the corral pen because we have to get them food and water every day rather than letting them forage for themselves, so we don't keep them in the corral for too long unless we have a reason for it. The cows are the main money maker here on the ranch. We can either keep back some of the cows to butcher them and eat them or to sell the beef, or we can actually sell the cows themselves for a little bit of money. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tour of the ranch animals. We have a lot of projects in mind for the coming spring that we're going to be doing around here to get ready to kind of grow and expand and come up with more options of how to turn the ranch into an income that we can rely on. So we'll just keep going along, keep making videos, and we'll bring you along with us so you can see what it's like out here on the open range. Thanks for watching.